Okay, we are live. Hi, everybody. You can man the pig, watch that thing as it records me. Our speaker just entered the room. He's Paul Finkelstein. Welcome to SPI or Sarah and Paul International, because one of us was born overseas. You could guess which one of us do we look like. One of us are foreigners, but I guess your parents, I don't even know if your parents look like they were from overseas, but her parents were from Romania, and they moved over to Israel. And so Sarah was born in Israel. So that's how we call it Sarah and Paul International. Hence OMG, because most people don't know the acronym for OMG, which is online or offline meet greet. Does it stand for oh my God? All right, okay, I guess it does. But I'll get right to the topic and right to the point, because I know I want to keep you guys alive as much as Ira does. No pun intended, I even planned that. So have you guys ever wanted a shortcut to get from point A to point B?
Of course.
Probably in all of your businesses, except for maybe there is a shortcut for Ira. The shortcut for your business would be?
The shortcut for my business is working with people with experience and not showing them a 3-hour movie and then discuss it for an hour. Shortcut for my business is meeting what the person knows, the level of their experience, and working with that.
What's the shortcut for your business, Bruce? Is there like a shortcut or like going to H&R Block and you're done, or that's little knowledge, dangerous thing? Is there a shortcut?
Well, we believe in a longer cut, not putting people on that proverbial conveyor belt, and making sure that things are done properly within a reasonable time frame.
Is there a shortcut for a mobile notary business? Or that is a shortcut.
That's right.
Thanks. So, is there any shortcut for yourself, Patrick?
Yes, we have a shortcut that we promote quite heavily. We have a proprietary software solution that allows us to find within about 15 minutes all of the specialized tax incentives that are available at the federal, state, and local level for our clients.
Okay. So, and is there a shortcut for reverse mortgages, or they come to you, or there's some other thing out there? Download this new thing on the internet, and you could get to save you from mortgage payments.
Absolutely, the shortcut is to find out what the problem is.
Find out what the problem is the shortcut. Okay, and what about Sarah? Is there a shortcut in your business?
I think that when people take shortcuts in terms of planning for their futures, they could be hurting themselves.
So a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Is
Absolutely.
there any other cliches that you like to contribute to the table that relate to shortcuts?
I also use another shortcut when I'm on the turnpike or 95 and it's going to be backed up for hours. I find a shortcut to go around it and get people to the end.
And that leads me to the other topic and several other topics in several industries that there are. Everybody seems to be programmed for shortcuts. You pull up in your map, probably Google Maps or something. Now we don't open up a map to get somewhere. We just, and the thing tells us the shortest distance to get somewhere, but sometimes it's not always short, because it says, oh, there's red all the way up and down. You can't get somewhere. And we're always looking for the shortest point from short. And what's the shortest point when we're doing our infomercials or our elevator pitches or our educational moments? The shortcut is, how do we get the most words in a 2-minute time span? And whoever says the most words might not necessarily win. Maybe it's how you could say it in the shortest amount of time. Of course, this is a 10-minute presentation, technically, between 6 and 10 minutes. And every week we offer everybody that comes here for 3 times. So if you come here 3 times, or if you have a guest that invite in here and get them to come 3 times, we invite them to do a 10-minute presentation. So there's not even a shortcut to do a presentation. The shortcut is come 3 times. What else industries that there are shortcuts? We have the weight industry. How many people here wish that they could? Ted, could you go to the gym and exercise for me, and I get the benefit?
Only if you own the gym.
If you find somebody while you're sweating on a treadmill and he needs a financial guy, you just benefited.
Or Marty, could you go running 5 miles? You work up the sweat. Then you come back and you get on the scale, and nothing happens to you, but I got on the scale and now I'm the perfect weight. Wouldn't that be ideal?
Yes.
Let other people
Somebody
do
had
the
to say
hard
that.
work for
Thank
us.
you,
That should be their shortcut. If other people do the hard stuff for us, that could be like similarly as hiring a professional to do what you need done instead of you doing yourself, like online mobile notary and saving tax credits and financial planning and taxes and health-oriented products, etc. What other industries have shortcuts? We have this contraption that probably all of you have in your houses that you push the button once. You put the cup of coffee into it, and then within 20 seconds, it's hot. How many people here ever grew up with this thing called Instant Hot attached to their sink? And they have hot water by just turning it, and it's hot instantly, boom, like a snap of a fingers. So we all want shortcuts, we all want the results. And some things it works for, and other things it just doesn't. This morning, or not this morning, last night, I had to finish the laundry. And I have a tendency to put, and my wife will laugh, too much stuff into the washer. And it's overloaded. You're thinking it's not going to be a story where I put too much soap in it. It's an I Love Lucy episode and there's soap coming out of the laundry machine. But I stuffed it too much. And then when it did its spin cycle and did the drain thing, and I put it on 70 minutes and it's drying and drying and drying. And somehow it didn't quite spin cycle. And the new washer dryers today are high efficiency. They're so high efficiency that it was still left a bit of dampness, a lot of dampness on my clothes. Brand new washer dryer. I won't mention the name to protect the innocent, I suppose, or I should. And so it kept going and going and going. At 7 minutes, I guess it was not dry because I overstuffed it. I put too much in there, so I had to put like half of the stuff out.
You were trying to do a shortcut.
And I was trying to do a shortcut, right? I wanted it all to get done. All my clothes to get finished all in one load. I probably should have separated out into 5 different loads. Instead, I put it all into one load. Did anybody ever do that, or is it just me?
Yeah, all the time.
All the
It's
time.
just me. Oh, so other people who are trying to run. Okay, so we're more alike than we are different. We all like shortcuts.
Excuse me, do you take the other shortcut and put all your colors and everything in once, or do you separate them?
I don't even Sarah does all the separating. She even does her stuff separate. She says, you do your stuff, I do my stuff. I like it the way I like it. And I mean, whether it's jeans, except for suits, I don't put suits into the washer dryer. Bring that to the
If I didn't do separating, I'd be separated from my wife. She would have killed me by now. He'd have to come to bring me back to life.
I never did the separation, and Marlene looks at me and says, "No
Yeah.
more, pal. Now you get 18 different parts." My
The shortcut
goodness.
is to do it more often.
and
Right.
keep doing it and not change, right? Which actually leads me to the next transition of the speech, and almost to the conclusion, which is like I'm practicing the definition of insanity. I'm doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Why can't I put 5 loads of laundry into one laundry, and it is all washed, it's all dried and done, and you think it would only take an hour? Instead, it's taking me like 24 hours to do what should have taken 5 hours or less, 1 hour. How many times has that happened with the professionals that you hire or didn't hire? You tried to do your financial planning by yourself, and it never happened. Or it's taking you hours of research and you're overthinking. Or how many times you need a mobile notary, and you're like, I don't know if I trust that guy, Ted. I haven't met him before. But Paul met him because he went to school at RIT with him, and he's up the street over here, and thank you for coming. And so it's great to be part of a networking group where we get to know each other and come weekly. And by coming weekly, we get to know each other. We get to hear each other's things, debate. If there's small number of people, I don't mind. It gets interrupted a little bit, but as long as we end within the hour, so we know that business is time consuming. We all have lives and clients and activities and stuff to do, not a technical term. So my theme for today, to end close to the end of our meeting, and I'm going to save time for our joke of the day. I'll keep it streaming so that Bruce, hopefully it's not political and not religious, and you'll tell us something funny today to enlighten us. And that being said, if you guys are taking a shortcut, reconsider, and all your friends and family, if they're taking a shortcut, think of all our professions that could save them so much time and so much money. And there are some things you can get away with the shortcut, like the microwave and hot water. But maybe you might not want to hire a cheap accountant. Maybe you might not want to hire any of our services. unless you go through some of their due diligence, what they say in the financial industry. Well, I'm Paul Finkelstein at SPI OMG online meet and greet, Sarah Paul International. Thanks for coming, and careful with your shortcuts.
That was the best presentation I've heard in more than 2 years. That was wonderful. I
And
think it was
although you're very entertaining too, Iron, thanks for that. On that note too, I'm gonna point over the live here to our joke of the day, Bruce. Bruce and Sherry usually come. Thank you, Bruce, coming. Say hi to Sherry. End us on a high note, something really funny.
One point, now you're really putting me on the spot.
I know
Well,
exactly.
I'll extract this from my dumbest guy in the world series of jokes. So these two guys, middle-aged guys, meet one day in a restaurant for coffee, and they're the two of the dumbest guys in the world. And first one says to the second one, "So what did you do yesterday?" So the other guy says, "Well, I had a date with a young, extremely beautiful, sexy girl." He says, "Oh, good for you." He says, "So how did it go?" He says, "No, not too well. She took me back to her place after dinner, and when she went into the bedroom to get something a little more comfortable, I couldn't resist. I took a peek in her closet, and in the closet I saw a maid uniform, a flight attendant uniform, a nurse's uniform, and a cocktail waitress uniform." So the guy says, "Okay, so what's wrong with that?" He says, "Well, I'm not going to date a girl who can't hold down a job."
I'm really glad that you didn't mention underwear in that joke. All right.